welcome back to the vlog. Thought I would just check in with you and get another video out. Of course, I've started my hybrid schedule, and I thought I would just come on here and talk about what it's like starting a new job after a long break. And yeah, it's a lot. So again, I was out of work for a year, and jumping back in, especially, a whole new role, totally different from what I'm used to. So I'm not in the recruiting world anymore. So it felt a little overwhelming. I was nervous about my choice and if I should do it. There are some perks to the job, which I'll get into sometime. But yeah, if you're going through the same thing, don't worry. Today, I'm sharing exactly how I adjusted and the tips that helped me feel confident again. So let's get into it. First, it has to be a mindset shift in order to go back into a job after a year and something that you're not used to doing. So it definitely had to be a mindset shift for me. I had to, after coming back for some time and to find myself and doubting yourself and am I making the right choice? Sorry about that, guys. Cody wanted to leave out, so I had to open the door. And I have some notes over here, so if you see me look away, I'm trying to stay on point with what I'm discussing with you guys. So I was saying about the getting back to work after a year, mind shift, doubting yourself, coming back after a time. But I also had to remember you were hired for a reason. Skills, experience, potential got you here. And you had to go through a somewhat lengthy process to get here. Interviews online, panel interviews, and follow-up interviews, in-person interviews. You made it through all of that, and you're here. Nobody expects you to know everything. Being trained. I think I had a phobia of when I was in the contract position and I was being trained, and it felt like she just was not happy with the way she trained me, or I wasn't doing things exactly how she wanted me to do. And so that was a scary feeling as well. Not knowing if you're going to pass this probationary period that they have. And just starting over at this age. Like, guys, I'm going to be 55 in July. And it's scary that I don't already have something in place where I could have just said, you know what? I'm going to rely on YouTube. I'm going to rely on TikTok. I'm going to rely on my other stream of income. But I didn't have that. And I even, in a year of being off, not only was I trying to grieve my beautiful mom back here, I was trying to be focused on my channel, and I was trying to build up my TikTok. But there are days where I just didn't feel like any of it. I didn't feel like it, even though I wanted it, and I wanted it to keep me from having to go back into a job. But here I am. I did it. So, when I say nobody expects you to know everything, I will say the people that trained me took time with me, had patience with me, whereas I felt like it was such a rapid thing in the contract position, and I was let go because she was just overbearing. She wanted me to do exactly everything exactly how she did it. It was just, I can't even explain it. And she was older than me. She was already in her 60s, so set in her ways. And you're learning, and that's okay. So be patient with yourself. At the end of the day, be patient with yourself. When you're in a new job, information comes at you. It doesn't matter how many notes you take. I'm really a hands-on person. I can go back to the notes. I can go back to the notes you've created for me. I can go back to the SOW, but I'm really a hands-on person, and that's just the way I learn. So that's important for me, but you got to keep up. You got to keep it up. And so this is the best thing I could say for you. Ask a lot of questions. Seriously, don't be afraid to. Don't. Even at this age, don't. I took notes like my life depended on it, because it kind of did. I found a go-to person at work. I can instant message somebody really quick to help me with everything. Sorry, Cody is in and out. So I have a go-to person. And then outside of work, I looked up, just went back over my job description just to understand it more, to make it make sense. And trying to be proactive about learning. The quicker you feel comfortable in your new role, the better. But pace yourself. Don't rush yourself for anyone, if that makes sense. And then the whole adjusting to the workplace culture. I have been in position for years. I'm sorry, I'm looking for Cody to see where he is. In half of my career, I have supported executives. And so I didn't have to feel like I was tied to the clock. I'm used to being salaried. I am not used to timesheets, lunches, precise. And I didn't go over lunches. I just wasn't used to it. I wasn't used to it. I had the type of boss where on Thursday evening, it was like he was asking me, was I coming in the next day? I'm like, are you coming in the next day? I'm here to support you. And so he always like, you're my boss. So I'm kind of used to that. And so to feel like you're starting over at the bottom of the totem pole, it plays tricks on your mind. Big. You're feeling like, did I make a mistake? What am I doing? Then I had to set a schedule. I am not a person that wakes up to alarms. Like if I know what time I need to be up, I can pretty much get up at that time. I did pretty good with that, but just adjusting to, I'm used to getting up an hour for 45 minutes to an hour before work. I'm used to having to leave to get to work, 45-minute drive. But I'm not used to highway or expressways. That's what I'm not used to. So I had to get a whole mindset about that, because the first week, I told you guys in my last video, I was over it. I was ready to quit. I'm done. Like, no, this ain't it for me. Don't forget about your mental health. Like, get up, walk away. I tried doing a planner or a journal to keep track of my daily task. It kind of works. I actually have this beautiful, I don't have it handy right here. It's one of Tabitha Brown's daily to-do list type of thing. So I try to go in and do that. But also meal prep. I make sure I take lunch. I make sure I take snacks during the day. And I have my water. I take my coffee. So I'm not spending any money. So that's helpful. Because we have a cafeteria there, but it's extremely high. And I don't think I would like it. So I make sure to meal prep the night before. I make sure to take breaks when I'm at work. I can walk and take breaks. They don't give you the typical 2 15-minute breaks and 45-minute lunch. You really get a 45-minute lunch and that's it. So, but I still try and get up, move around, and keep it moving. And be kind to yourself. It's normal to feel overwhelmed. Every day I'm learning and improving. Like now I can do some things the back of my hand. I don't need my notes. Small wins matter. Even just getting through the day is a win. I even had to ask to adjust my schedule for traffic. Yes, I get everybody gets off at 5, but they might live around the corner or they may live 15-20 minutes away. I want to get home before 2 hours. So I had to adjust different schedule from what everybody else does. Like I said, this week was my first week of my hybrid schedule. You have no idea how much it felt like. It felt so good to be able to sleep in an extra 2 hours, hour and a half, extra hour and a half. Felt good to do that. Not have to really worry about too much as far as dress, because I might have had one meeting yesterday and one today. So no big deal as far as showing up on the camera, which, like I told you guys in my last video, there is no dress code. And if you're struggling right now, give yourself grace. You got this. And like I said, I had to find something in the morning to give me that grace, to walk in there with grace. So in the morning, I listen to gospel, not gospel music, but I listen to Latoya O'Keefe, and I put that in my last video in the description box. She gets me pumped. She gets me going through my morning. It's like, you got this, you got this. And I'm still battling with, I finally had to stop going on LinkedIn. I do still get every now and then, I'm going to say a couple of times a month, I get a recruiter that reaches out to me, and it's tempting. And I think the only thing that keeps me from not jumping at it is because some of them are contract and I'm in a full-time role. So why would I want to do that to myself? I do sneak on there every now and then just to see. I have not changed my looking. I haven't changed that logo around my picture on LinkedIn. I'm not ready yet. That's fair. You know, it's only been a month and a half, 2 months almost. And so that's where I am right now. But I want to keep these videos going. I want to talk about where I am and what I've been doing as far as work. Like I said, my title is Workforce Development Coordinator. I pretty much work in a school, and we work with the non-credit side. I work in a college, and we work on the non-credit side, where we help young adults and returning addicts or people getting out of jail, you know, helping them get their lives back on the straight and narrow. So awesome programs. I think that's what drives me the most, is learning that this school has so much to offer. Like, I cannot believe it. It's unreal that a city college would have things like this. So that's it for now. Just wanted to jump back on and keep my videos going, get you guys engaged, and tell me, you know, what have you had to adjust to a new job or after some time away, and what helped you? Did you find anything in this video helpful as far as starting a new job? And don't forget, guys, I am on my way to 500 subscribers, and I'd love for you to be a part of this journey. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the